is the course overview for Honors English 4 with Mrs. Smith, room 104. All right, so first things first, our Google Classroom code AVRGX2U. So if you or anybody else, like your parents, need to be added to the classroom, there then is. All right, so specifically class policies, generally speaking, I do not give partial credit for partial work. I also do not accept late work, especially from honor seniors. So please make sure that all assignments are completed by the deadline. Anything not completed by the deadline will be a 0%. All students with failing grades can expect an email or phone call home to guardians before the end of the marking period. That is not typically a problem in an honors level, but should that be the case, I will be in contact with your parents if there's any problem with school. Please see me if you have an emergency or you need an extension on any of the assignments. If there's a legitimate reason for an emergency, I'm happy to grant an extension, but I do need to know about that when it happens. So contact me by email or come to office hours, and we will set up a schedule for you so that you will be accommodated. But simply showing up to work without your homework completed or not ready for a test will not be okay. All right, make sure that you are on time for class, for attendance, whether we are virtual or in person. If we are in person, there is no food or drink in my classroom, pandemic or not. We do not allow that in here. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about Google Classroom because all of our assignments are going through Google Classroom. This is where all the information will be for you. All of the assignments will be turned in through Google Classroom. So first of all, if you are in person, it is vital that you bring your computer every day in order to participate in class. So make sure that you're charged up and you're ready to go. On our class page, you'll find the weekly directions, assignments to be completed, your graded work, the texts themselves. You will not need to sign out books for this class unless we deem it necessary. There will be audiobooks for you and pre-recorded lectures, which if I give a lecture in class in person, if you happen to be absent that day, a lot of times I'll have a backup recording of that lecture that you can go to and listen on your own time, just depending on the situation and what we need to do. Okay, so real quick, I'm just going to show you what Google Classroom looks like. All right, so this is our page. Again, there's the Google Meet. So we will, as you guys have been doing all year, meet virtually through Google. Okay, so under classwork, there are these different headings. Weekly directions, you will find a table listed with just basically the schedule for the week, what assignments are due, what kinds of assignments, how many points they are worth. So it'll just be a weekly table that gives that information. The inbox and the outbox function just like they would in reality. If I had literal boxes on my desk, you're going to submit your work to the inbox when it is due, and once I grade it, I will throw it in the outbox and have it returned to you virtually. All right, and as I said, I will occasionally have some pre-recorded lectures stashed away here if you need to go back to them or if you're absent. A lot of times the writing lectures are recorded ahead of time because those you might need to go back to throughout the year just for a refresher. Okay, now the audiobooks with text, when we read aloud in class, so I will have a screenshot of the book or the text as we are reading it all together with an audiobook version playing over top. So that's mainly for when we are in class and we're stopping for discussion and reading. But on your own time, if you need to go back to the book, a digital copy of the book will be listed without any audio over it underneath the text file. Okay. All right, so that's basically the different topics of Google Classroom. All right, vocabulary, none this year. So you don't have to worry about those assignments. We're not doing the vocab books this year because of the pandemic and the situation with getting those books to you and figuring out how to do the test. So we're just skipping that now. So the grade categories have been adjusted to fit that. Okay, so as far as grades go in our different literature units, in the beginning of the year here, marking period 5, we're going to start with modern short stories. We will do a short literary analysis essay on those short stories, and you will be turning in your summer reading response for a grade. Marking period 6, ooh, that's a mistake. Here, let me correct that right now. You are not reading Lord of the Flies. Okay, you are reading Picture of Dorian Gray. I'm just going to abbreviate that real quick. Okay. All right. So Picture of Dorian Gray is the honors level text. So you'll be reading that as your novel. Okay. And you'll be doing a reader's response essay with research. So that I'll explain what that is like more, but we'll be doing MLA format. You will have some different options for how you want to write that essay, responding either with personal reflection or with some other kind of research that you add in. So we'll do something kind of on a smaller scale than you might be used to for the research paper this year. And then marking period 7, we will do Anglo-Saxon, ancient poetry, and medieval literature. You'll be doing a character essay on the epic poem Beowulf. Marking period 8, we are going to read Macbeth and then do one final literary essay on that play. Okay, grades, homework and classwork. You can expect about 10 to 15 short assignments a marking period. Now that could be informal reflections, could be filling out your study guide, could be some discussion credit, just depends on, but basically, that's the everyday classroom homework assignments. You'll take one test a marking period that'll be worth 25% of your grade. Occasionally, I do 1 to 2 tests, but I think probably we'll just do one final test at the end of each unit. You'll have one major essay, as I said, at least for each marking period. In the first marking period, there's 2 because you do a literary analysis essay and the summer reading essay. So, it varies a little bit, but basically 20% is the essay grade. And then you can expect 2 to 3 quizzes. So those are the grade allotments, the categories for your English class this year. All right, contact. So please try to contact me at my State Liners address. That's the easiest way to get a hold of me quickly because my phone buzzes when you contact me through this email. So if you contact me through the older school email, the pberg.net, sometimes I don't always check that as quickly. So State Liners is best. Please see me personally if you have a question about your grade or if you need additional help. I'll be happy to speak with your parents and your counselors, as I said before. But I do think it's important that you learn to advocate for yourself. You guys are honors senior students, and it's important that when you have a concern about your grade or you need to vocalize a problem that you're having, that you learn to do that yourself. So if something comes up, don't hesitate to contact me at any point. I will be doing office hours, but basically all you have to do is email me at the State Liners account, and then I'll open up the link for you. I'm always available in the afternoon, especially this year when we're kind of adjusting to this office hour approach to meeting with students. I generally do not respond to email after 2:40 p.m. and before 7:30 a.m. That is changing now. Like I said, my phone buzzes and everything is done through Google Classroom. So it is possible that I will get back to you after the school day, but I don't want you to rely on that because once I get home, I have to let the dogs out and I have to cook dinner and I have all kinds of other stuff that's going on. So I may not see your email or get back to you in the evening, but I will definitely do that the first thing when I get here in the morning. Okay. All right, guys. So that's our class. And let me know if you have any concerns or questions.